Hello, everyone. We are starting a new journey today. We have worked on ourselves, and now we are going outside to meet people.
Hi, everyone. This is exciting, but also a little bit scary. Leo, do you remember the first time you tried to make a friend in English?
Oh, I was so nervous. My palms were sweaty, and I forgot the word for hobby. I just stood there and smiled.
We have all been there. Today, we want to help you move past the smile and nod phase. We're going to teach you how to start a conversation that actually lasts.
Usually, an English conversation starts with, "Hello, how are you?"
And usually the answer is, I'm fine, thank you. And you?
And then the conversation dies.
Exactly. To make a friend, you need to go one step further. We call this the +1 rule.
What is the +1 rule?
When someone asks you a question, give your answer plus one extra piece of information. For example, if I ask, "How was your weekend?" Don't just say, "It was good."
What should I say instead?
Say, "It was good. I went to a new coffee shop near the park. Have you been there?"
Ah, now I have something to talk about. I can talk about the coffee or the park. You gave me a hook to catch. Okay, Maria, let's get serious. We need to talk about the conversation killer.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. It's the standard greeting. It's like a tennis match where no one actually hits the ball.
Exactly. Imagine this. Person A, "Hi, how are you?" Person B, "I'm fine, thanks. And you?" Person A, "I'm fine too." Then silence.
It's so painful. In English, we call this autopilot. It's like a robot talking to another robot. If you want to make friends, you have to turn off the autopilot.
But Maria, many learners are afraid. They think, if I say more, I will make more mistakes. So they stay safe with, "I'm fine."
I understand that fear, but safe is also boring. To build a bridge to another person, you need to use the +1 rule.
Okay, let's break this down for the listeners. What exactly is the +1?
It's very simple. Every time you answer a question, you give the basic answer plus one interesting detail, one tiny seed that the other person can grow.
Let's try a role play. I will be the boring Leo first. Maria, ask me about my day.
Hi, Leo. How's your day going?
It's good.
See? Now I have nothing to say. I have to work hard to find a new topic. Now, let's try it with the +1 rule.
Maria, ask me again.
Hi, Leo. How's your day going?
It's good. +1, I finally finished that book I was reading. It was really interesting.
Oh, wow. See? Now I can ask, what book was it? Or do you like reading? The conversation is alive.
It works because I gave you a hook. Listeners, think of your conversation like a game of catch. If I don't throw the ball back to you, the game stops.
And the +1 doesn't have to be a big secret. It can be something very small. I'm fine, but I'm a bit tired because I woke up early to exercise. I'm great. I'm excited because I'm eating pasta for dinner tonight. It's going well. I'm listening to a great new podcast called Easy and Fast English.
Nice plug, Maria. But you're right. Adding a feeling, like tired, excited, or busy, is a great +1. It makes you a human, not a robot.
One more thing, Leo. The +1 works for the end of your sentence, too. You can add a question.
Like, "I'm fine, thanks. I just bought some new shoes. Do you like them?"
Exactly. Now you are leading the conversation. You're in the driver's seat.
This is the secret to making friends. You don't need perfect grammar, you just need to give the other person something to talk about.
So listeners, stop being a robot. Start being a +1 person.
Many learners ask me, what is safe to talk about with a stranger?
In English-speaking cultures, we love talking about the weather, food, and the situation.
The situation is a great one. If you are at a party, you can ask, "How do you know the host?" Or if you are at a bus stop, you can say, "The bus is very late today, isn't it?"
It's like a bridge. You're both standing on the same bridge, the bus stop, so you talk about the bridge.
Let's practice a few opener phrases. Is this your first time at this event? I love your shoes. Where did you get them? It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
Compliments, like my shoe example, are like magic keys. Everyone likes a compliment.
Yes.
Now, many of our listeners ask, Maria, I want to use the +1 rule, but I don't know what to talk about. I'm afraid of saying the wrong thing.
I understand that. You don't want to ask a stranger about their salary or their political views. That is like jumping into deep water before you know how to swim.
Exactly. In English conversation, we have the 3 safety zones. These are topics that are almost always safe and polite.
Zone number 1 is the classic, the weather.
People laugh at the weather, but it's a masterpiece of small talk. Why? Because the weather is happening to both of you at the same time.
It's a shared experience. If it's raining, you both feel the rain. If it's hot, you are both sweating.
Right, but don't just say, it is sunny. Use your +1. Try, it's a beautiful day, isn't it? I'm so happy the sun is finally out. Or, I can't believe how much it's raining. I hope you have an umbrella.
Zone number 2 is the situation. This means talking about the place where you are right now.
This is the smartest way to start a conversation. If you're at a cafe, talk about the coffee. If you're at a party, talk about the music.
For example, this coffee is really strong, isn't it? Or, how do you know the host of the party? Or even, is this your first time at this English club?
You see, you're not asking a personal question yet. You're just talking about the room. It's very low pressure.
And zone number 3, my favorite, is compliments.
Oh, compliments are like a fast pass to making a friend. But you have to be careful. Don't compliment someone's body. That can be uncomfortable.
Good point. Instead, compliment their choices.
Yes, compliment their shoes, their bag, their notebook, or even their vibe. Say, I love your style. That jacket looks great on you. Or, that's a really cool phone case. Where did you get it?
When you compliment a choice, you're saying, I like your taste. It makes people feel proud and happy to talk to you.
Let's combine them, Leo. If I'm at a bus stop and I see someone with a cool hat, what do I do?
First, check the situation, the bus, then add a compliment. The bus is taking a long time today, isn't it? By the way, I love your hat. It looks very warm.
Perfect. You started with a shared problem, the bus, and ended with a positive feeling, the hat.
The goal of small talk isn't to have a deep philosophical debate. The goal is to show the other person, I am friendly, I am safe, and I am open to talking.
It's like a handshake with words. Once the handshake is finished, then you can move into the deeper water. Making friends isn't just about speaking. It's 60% listening.
But sometimes when I listen, I don't know what to do with my face.
You need to use listening noises. In English, we say things like, oh, really? Wow, that's interesting. Or, I see.
These small words show the other person that you are awake and interested. If you just stay silent, they think you're bored or that you don't understand.
Also, use your eyes. Look at them when they speak. In many English-speaking cultures, eye contact means I am listening to you.
Okay, Maria, let's say I used a great opener. I talked about the weather, I gave a compliment, and the other person started talking. Now what? I'm terrified that I won't understand every word they say.
This is where most people panic. They focus so hard on what do I say next that they stop listening to what the person is saying now. To make friends, you need to master active listening.
Active listening? That sounds like I need to run a marathon while I listen.
Not quite. It just means you aren't a passive listener. A passive listener is like a wall. Nothing moves. An active listener shows the other person that their words are landing.
How do we do that without interrupting them?
We use listening noises and body language. In English culture, silence can sometimes feel like you are bored or confused. You need to feed the conversation with small sounds.
Like, and oh.
Exactly. Let's give our listeners a toolkit of listening noises. For surprise, really? Wow, no way. For agreement, right, exactly. I know what you mean. For interest, interesting. Tell me more. And then what happened?
I love Tell Me More. It's so simple, but it makes the other person feel like a star.
It really does. But it's not just about the sounds, Leo. It's about your face. If you are looking at your phone when I talk, I will stop talking.
Guilty. I sometimes look at my phone when I'm nervous.
We all do, but try to keep eye contact. Not a scary stare, but a soft, friendly look. And nod your head. If you nod, you are saying, I am following you, without saying a word.
What about when they finish speaking and I didn't understand a specific word? Should I pretend I understood?
Never. Pretending is a conversation killer. If you pretend, eventually you will get caught. Instead, use a clarifying question.
Give me an example.
If they say, I went to the bakery and got some sourdough, and you don't know sourdough, just say, sorry, what is sourdough? Is it a type of bread?
That's actually a great conversation move. Now they get to explain something to me, and people love being experts.
Exactly. It shows you are actually listening. Active listening is the greatest gift you can give a new friend. It says, what you are saying is important to me.
So, to summarize, nod your head, make friendly noises, and don't be afraid to ask, what does that mean?
Do that, and people will think you are the best conversationalist in the room, even if you only speak 20% of the time.
What if I am talking to a new person and I use the wrong grammar? I feel so embarrassed.
Leo, let me tell you a secret. Most native speakers don't care about your grammar. They care about your energy.
That's a big relief.
If you are friendly and you try, people will want to help you. If you make a mistake, just laugh and say, sorry, I'm still learning. It actually makes people like you more because you are being honest.
So, my identity as a learner from our last series is actually a superpower for making friends.
Maria, we have given our listeners a lot of great tools. The +1 rule, the safety zones, and active listening. But let's be honest, even with these tools, mistakes are going to happen.
You are 100% right, Maria. You will use the wrong tense, you will forget a word, or you will pronounce something so badly that the other person looks confused. That is the moment where I usually want to disappear. My face gets red and I want to run away. How do we stop that feeling?
We have to break the perfection trap. Many learners believe that people will only want to be their friend if their English is perfect. But actually, the opposite is true.
Really? You mean people like mistakes?
Not exactly the mistake itself, but they like the vulnerability. When you make a mistake and you don't panic, it shows that you are human. It makes you relatable. If you are too perfect, people feel nervous around you.
That is a huge mindset shift. So if I say, I go to the store yesterday instead of I went, the other person isn't judging me.
Most of the time, they don't even notice. Their brain fixes the grammar automatically because they are focused on your story. And if they do notice, they usually think, wow, Leo is brave for speaking a second language.
Okay, so what is the best way to handle a mistake when it happens?
Use the laugh and label technique. Laugh, don't get angry, just smile. Label, tell them what is happening.
For example?
If you get stuck on a word, just say, sorry, my brain is in Spanish mode today. What is the word for the thing you use to open a wine bottle?
A corkscrew.
Yes, a corkscrew. Thank you. See, now we're laughing together. I turned a mistake into a connection. I asked for help, and people love to help.
I see. So instead of a wall, the mistake becomes a bridge.
Exactly. And if you really don't understand something they said, use the honesty policy. Don't say yes if you mean I don't know. Just say, I'm sorry, my English is still a work in progress. Could you say that a bit slower?
I've noticed that when I say that, people actually become nicer. They slow down, they use simpler words, and they smile more.
Because you gave them permission to be helpful. To make a friend, you don't need a perfect dictionary in your head. You just need a warm heart and the courage to be imperfect.
Perfection is for textbooks. Connection is for real life.
Beautifully said, Leo. Don't let the fear of a bad sentence stop you from making a good friend.
Wow, we covered a lot of ground today. Before we go, let's look at our social toolkit. These are the words and phrases that will help you survive your next English conversation.
I love a good review. Let's start with the big ones.
First up, the +1 rule. The definition: it's a technique where you answer a question and then add one extra detail. The goal: it stops the conversation from dying and gives the other person a hook to talk about.
Next, we have the safety zones. The definition, these are polite topics like the weather, the current situation, or food. The goal, they are low risk. They help you start a conversation without being too personal or offensive.
And don't forget shared experience. The definition: something that is happening to both people right now, like a late bus or a long line for coffee. The goal: it gives you an easy reason to start talking to a stranger.
Now let's move to the interaction techniques. The most important one is active listening. The definition, this isn't just hearing, it's showing interest through your body and small sounds. The goal, it makes the other person feel heard and keeps them talking.
To do that, you need a clarifying question. The definition: a question like, "What does that mean?" or "Could you explain that word?" The goal: it clears up confusion so you don't get lost in the conversation.
Finally, the mindset words. My favorite is vulnerability. The definition, being honest about your mistakes or feelings. The goal, it makes you relatable. People feel comfortable around you because you aren't trying to be perfect.
And if you feel like you aren't a master yet, just remember you are a work in progress. The definition: something that is currently being improved. The goal: it reminds you that it's okay to be imperfect while you're learning.
That's our list. If you learned even one of these words today, you are already moving forward.
Go back and listen to the examples in the main video if you want to hear how we use these words in a real sentence.
Practice makes progress. See you in the next lesson.
Bye-bye.